Toast and Talk. Family, y'all got stuff y'all want to cover. I got, some old news stuff. We cover some stuff. If y'all want to call in and talk, we can. I'll post up the number. Of course, after we get done with the toast, right? But just in case, call in number. Those of you that's been around long enough, y'all know about it. I'm sending out. Wow, this is an old chat. Why am I didn't change the chat. Shame on you, brother. Shame on you. All right, so the toast went out. Thing went out. We're about to get started. Let me make sure we up everywhere before we do. Here's we're streaming live on Facebook. See what happens if I go live on LinkedIn. Reconnect. Let's reconnect on LinkedIn here. We're going to work with a little bit of LinkedIn. We're going to try to work with you a little bit of LinkedIn. Let's see. Sign in. All right. Streaming live on Restream. All right. So I'm going to log in. Come on now. So, I'm trying to build up my network and stuff like that. So, family, we streaming. Now that they got us on LinkedIn, we see how it's gonna go. Damn, they got me all okay. I'm online on Facebook. I'm online on YouTube. Online on Twitch. And I'm online on Periscope. Nothing yet on LinkedIn. That's cool. I just wanted to see because they said, they sent out a text talking about how they got this new thing with LinkedIn. Well, actually, not necessarily new. But anyway, we're going to get it popping. Family, today is your day. We're here to discuss the things that may be on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get some news or something like that. Now, I was looking through the news this morning. Didn't find anything interesting. Once again, I was listening to Hardcore History, finishing up King of Kings. And yes, I forgot to announce that Brother Kwame was right. Yes, he was. Brother Kwame was right. Sirius' son name was Cambyses. Cambyses supposedly, after he killed the Apis bull, stabbed himself in the thigh where he stabbed the Apis bull and died. This is, all the stories sound suspiciously alike. I'm like, okay. So, karma, he stabs the bull, and exactly where he stabs the Apis bull, he stabs himself in the thigh in the exact same space and gets gangrene and dies. And it just so happens that his brother takes over, but he killed his brother, so it can't be his brother. So it's an imposter king that a guy by the name who was a sword bearer or a spear bearer for him by the name of Darius goes and just so happens to kill this dude and becomes the new king of kings. And Darius has a son named Xerxes, right? So, so it goes. It's pretty, the shit was good. I'm just going to be honest. But, I like how the author kind of points out that, far as the history, all of the history goes towards, it comes from a Greek angle. And he lets you know this. This is the Greeks describing this. So we can't really discuss these kings of Persia because a majority of the material we got is pulled from Herodotus. You know what I'm saying? So it's we don't really know the Persian side of a lot of this stuff, right? So anyway, let's see if we live on Facebook. But yeah. But I thought Cambyses meant King of Kings, which it still could. And he could have just named his son King of Kings, but he wasn't king for that damn long. Let's go ahead and I want to share this on a few of the pages on Facebook. And then I want to check and make sure we are on YouTube. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to come. And oh man, shouts out to Yashin Ka. Thank you for sharing, my friend. Thank you. edit, post. So like I said, it's open mic, family. What do you want to talk about? Now, of course, I can find some stuff because we got some stuff that we covered briefly, but this is the days for the toast and talk. So, like I said, I want to holler at you and see what's on your mind. But anyway, we up on Facebook the way we need to be up. Now, close that door, please. And now we're up on YouTube. So, here we go, family. You ready? First off, I want to welcome you to the Congregation of the Mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Anime, who been messing with you, girl? Cleveland and the girls? Okay. Media. More like it. There's more like it. Of course, this is a Heart of a Simple production, and this is our Toast&Talk Kuumba. When we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Oh, man, let's get it. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take that deep breath with me. Man, now grab your glass for some water. Get your pitcher of that water, or your plastic bottle. Lift that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Man. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Bam, just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Remember the 4 pillars of being healthy, family. Breathe, drink, eat, Move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet, but hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Hey, hey. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Drink your water, fam. Y'all see I was kind of running late there. I kind of had to catch up. So, family, I want to thank everybody for joining us on this Kuumba afternoon. I owe about 100 push-ups because I've been slipping up and saying those days of the week, saying the unappropriate days of the week. Shame on me. And I'm going to work those push-ups off. You know what I'm saying? Being old, I got to do a little bit at a time, just a little bit at a time, because I can't quite. I'm old enough. Shouts out to Miss Tayana Lachey. Thank you for joining us. She one of the first people to check us out on Periscope. Thank you very much for joining us. Family, we're about to do our toast, and we're going to do our toast, and from there we're going to move to our talk. For those that are new to the show, family, if you have ancestors that you would like us to lift up in the toast, all you have to do, you say, my favorite color is orange. And of course, this is the Orange Daily Chosen shirt because today is, how can I put it? Today is the color orange for us. So, thank you. I'm glad you like it. So, family, here we go. If you want us to toast your ancestors on a daily basis, just hit us up. Post up your ancestors. We'll write them down. And we're about to get started. Let's just do this. All right, so I'm going to finish up this last little bottle of ambrosia that I have here. This last little bit right here.
Daddy.
Yes.
Is it okay if I wear the match of this?
What? No, I don't. You're not wearing that. That's done.
What do you want to wear?
You better go find something to wear. All right, it's real life here, Gye-Nyame. I'm a father. I'm the daily toaster and all that. So, Sasha, stop playing with me. All right. So, family, first off, we raise up our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe, Ashe. All right, family, from there, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to our list of our ancestors. And, of course, I'm going to try to do it by memory. So I'm going to place it over here. Still working on it. So I memorized a lot of our ancestors. And I'm trying to go as far as I can by memory. So please excuse me as I stumble through. And like I said, I will catch your post if you got some that you want to add. As we go through. So here we go. Shouts out to my auntie Georgia Ellis out there. All right, here we go. Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert the Texana, Davis, Herm Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William, Walter, Christopher, Pendergast, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Alfine, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Watch Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Howard Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twigs, Watch Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pimenel, Nomo X, Pet, Ron Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Daniel Pullian, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Edith Brooke Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, James Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Winderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Carolyn D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Del Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Ago Sosu, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Terrell Dunbar, Harry Hasbury Sr., Terrell Dunbar. Made it all the way to Shockers. All right. Sarah Berry. Dickinson, T.C. Islam. Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Lenny Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keach Larice, Linda Watson Hammond, Gerald Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Silver Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover. All right, I see you. My name is Morkeisha Williams. I would like to add my cool. I'm going to come back, so keep posting them up. Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West, Sr., James Parham, Danny Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinera, Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Rusty, Demon Aries, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Angela Perez, LWC, G. Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFritas Hines, Annis Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Hetty, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ed Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Suann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Eagles, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jay Brownlee, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Sharaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Junko Shea, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwilyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball, Vernon Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatchet, Senior Mally Miller, Housie Hansdad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Axe Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Molly, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erlington Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz in West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, and Pierce Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruben Brown, Charles Walker, Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shechem Aha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Masri Cofer, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Sasha, come here. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. We moving to our black book. We have Joella Giles. We got James Carswell. We got Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair. Anthony Brown.
What clothes
Excuse me. Go find some clothes, and you better not be up there watching TV because I knew you wasn't dressed. It was too quiet. Find some clothes. Do you understand?
Yes,
Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown. Sorry, real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. We keep it real around these parts. Cynthia, my fault. Anthony Brown, Jonathan Poor, Lottie Gaucher. You better stop that stopping. Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Ostina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Wiggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Simon Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sadi Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkins, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice. Oh, y'all done moved my pen again. Why y'all keep touching my equipment? Gina, come here. Stacey Trice, Denise Correa, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant. Look at that pocket right there and give me a pen, because I don't see my pen anywhere around here. And Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa. I only need one. Sharifa. And close it. Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Margaret III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Hales, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Deshandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alati Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Jesse Woods, T-Lar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Anwright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Xavier Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Jana Callahan, Danny Hale, Miko D. Nice Hale, Andre Martin, and we have Miss Morkeisha Williams. I would like to add my grandma, Mabel Williams. So let me make sure. Yeah, that might work. Miss Morkeisha Williams is adding to the list. Mabel Williams. I'm from Chickasaw, Alabama. Brother Junior says, I see the Queen Keisha. Okay, cool. So he brought her. Okay. Now, that's one of those names, man, because I haven't run into a lot of young Mabels. So we got names that we got to start really tracing and looking at the source of. So we raise our glass to all of our ancestors. So we added a new one to the list. We got Miss Mabel Williams. And we raise our glass and we salute. And we say, I say shouts out to Miss Navita. I see you out there. From there, family, where do we go? We go to the present moment because we ain't got nowhere else to go. Where else do we need to go? We in the moment, family. We done did the past. We done covered the past. We done covered possibly maybe 150 to 200 years of our past in just reading those names, right? And in age, we probably got a couple of thousand years and in lifespan, we add all the ages of all those people, we got a couple of thousand of years sitting right there. All this energy out there churning in the universe for us, waiting for us to take action and guide that energy in the present moment so that we could carve out the space for our future generations like they carved out the space for us. So family, today is Kuumba. I'm asking you to go out and seek Kuumba as you are out in the world because it's out there. We have to start taking time to start looking and identifying our principles. And Kuumba is one of them. And today is Kuumba. So family, get out and find some Kuumba. Post it up on the Gye-Nyame Journey site. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Kuumba. Hashtag Kuumba Day. Hashtag Kuumba Fine. And if you're a Kuumba baby or you love orange, who is that? Sister Tiana Lachey. You like orange? Toast yourself wearing the day color. This is the day color, right? So, family, for those that don't speak the language, the day is Kuumba. Kuumba means creativity. Order is the meiotic principle. Orange is the color of the day. Cause and effect is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwame. Female name is Ama. So we want to give a round of applause to all of the Kuumba babies out there today. It's your day. Shout out Brother Kwame. Shout out to all the Amas out there. That is the second most represented group here, right? Second most. What is this? Google Publisher Toolbar is unsetting support for the following products. Double clicks for publishers, though. Okay. Welcome to Publisher Toolbar. Okay. Why you gonna come on while my show is on? Y'all be tripping, taking up time, right? Got the little piece of hair standing up. Anyway, so family, once again, we raise our glass up in this moment to this moment, in a sense as a celebration to ourselves because this is our time, family. And the question is, what are you doing with your time? What am I doing with my time? You know what I'm saying? We could talk about that a little bit today. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you know what I'm saying? We're raising up and we're reminding ourselves that in the present, we had a responsibility to not only secure what our ancestor passed on to us, but we had the responsibility of protecting it and expanding it so that we could pass it on to our future generations. What is that you're talking about, Brother Hatim? Our ancestors left us space and time and some resources. Now we got to increase that space. We got to increase the amount of time. And we also have to increase the resources that we push towards the future generations. And we raise our glass to make our pledge with or to keep our pact with our past, our ancestors, and we pledge this to our future generations. And we say, I say, from their family, we move on to the future generations. We toast our children's children, on to infinity. Even if they can't find the proper clothes to wear. We still love them, right? Even when they want to yell and get smart, we still lift up the glass because we understand you going through it. Life is not easy. We salute our future generations, family, because I can't wait to see what they become. But we have to be there to walk them through some of the hard parts, right? So we raise our glass and we say, Ashe. Family, last. Well, this ain't last. We move to all of our relations and we say, Ashe, from all relations, we toast. We toast. This is that selfish toast. What is it that you need for yourself right now, in this moment? We raise a glass and we say, Ashe. Last but not least, family, I toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most uplifting, the most outstanding, the most beautiful individual in the room. I toast you and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Somebody done stole my copper glass. They've been over here messing with my stuff. Family, it is time for us to do our toast and talk. I am officially opening up the lines. The call-in number 614-556-4535. So the call lines are open. Right now, I have been blessed. Baba Kelsey has sent me one of his books, and I think I could get a title. Something that he's working on. The Genius of Africans United, a call to action. So I'm gonna look and see what we could do as far as Gye-Nyame as help him with this whole digital aspect of this piece. And I'm reading it, and I'm finding out that my elder, all this time, I didn't know he was an artist. You know what I'm saying? It is full of verses and poems, inspirational type stuff, good information. So we're going to put this in an ebook, family. And like I said, for some of those out there, the elder is going to want to do like a call to talk to like nation builders and some of the warriors. Gye-Nyame, we're going to make that happen. And then hopefully, like I said, if it ain't too secretive, you understand what I'm saying? If the information is not, we'll share it with the rest of the family out there. But like I said, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna pick that up, and then eventually we will be having Elder Kelsey up on the show, and I'm working with a few other people as well to help them digitize this stuff. And we're going to be working this Gye-Nyamics. We're going to be working these Gye-Nyamic principles, right? So, once again, lines are open, 614-556-4535. Once again, lines are open. We are at 614-556-4535. Like I said, if it ain't that many today, I know I'll catch some of y'all tomorrow. Some of y'all might have been surprised that I got on early, but my sister called me and said, hey there, I'm having a, because I was supposed to call her back, I forgot. Brunch. So I'm on shit. Me and my girl about to get up out of here. I'm going to grab some of that. But anyway, so this week on Ujamaa, I had the opportunity to make a video, and I am going to be working on that video to get it out to the fam, because I think it's important. We call it Monopoly American Style, and the discussion that followed it, and I'm going to package that And since you in there doing all that talking, you know what I'm saying? You could be washing those dishes. What sense does that make? Yeah, exactly. That's a lie. When it don't make no sense, it's a lie. Excuse me, it's real. What? Okay, cool. I said wash them now. So you ain't got to wait for your mama to get back. I give you permission. Did not do what your mama said. Wash those dishes. All right. Anyway, so we are going to post up the discussion. I'm gonna cut it up a little bit. So we are doing, huh?
Oh, after I cook pancakes.
After you cook pancakes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I would say not to cook pancakes because we got somewhere to go, and you might not need no pancakes. Just saying, might have a surprise for you. Who knows what Brother Hatim is hiding? All right, real talk, girl. You might not want to cook no pancakes right now. I'm just saying. Because it's just me, you, and, your mama and your brother left us. So I got to go on and make things happen for us. All right. But anyway, love my girls. Anyway, love all my babies anyway. But anyway, so we once a week, hold on, because I got the flyer. I'm going to share that with y'all. Oh, it might not be on here. I'm still waiting for the digital flyer, and I got a lot of stuff I got to work on. So I want to work on I still got to finish my little short ebook. I want to work on Elder Kelsey stuff some this weekend. I need to cut up this video and get this together. I need to go on and launch the piece so that y'all can start supporting us for the Malcolm X Festival, right? And man, do I got a package for y'all on that Malcolm X Festival. So it's going to be coming to you through the Black Signal. It's going to be coming to you on our Facebook page, on all our Facebook pages. It's going to be coming to you on the calendar. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be emailed. I'm not playing with this right here because we're trying to raise this money so that we can bring the quality entertainment, the quality a scholar or a person that will bring. We want to bring a crowd bringer because, family, I am positioning. I want to position, and this is personal. I got my ass kicked last year by the Asian Fest. I have at the disposal of the family. We got a field that is bigger than the field they used to have Juneteenth. I want to position us so that on maybe not next year, but maybe the year after that, we're going to pivot on the Asian Fest and smash their ass. You know what I'm saying? Bring in some we need to build it up because my pride won't lay down. I just can't. I don't understand that my people, left Malcolm X and went to the Asian Festival. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to see Kung Fu movies rather than celebrate El Hajj Malik El Shabazz. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? The world, they whooped on us, right? We had quality entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And y'all didn't, I'm just hot. So I'm going to angle it to where on that day we're going to shift it back up onto that same day with the Asian Fest and whoop their ass. But not this year. We're not ready yet. We don't have the numbers. We don't have the war chest. Y'all, we're not ready to go to war right now. So right now we in training. We in practicing. We getting stronger. We getting focused, right? Because never again in Columbus will one of them days, Asian Fest, Latin Fest. No, you do. They cannot overshadow what we do ever again. I'm just saying, that's just me. So I'm angling myself. We're going to angle it and we're going to focus the energy and build it up so that we could do a massive, because there's enough Asians in there for them to have a good day. And some of y'all could have still came over. And we would have peace. But no. Y'all wouldn't even allow us to wet our beak. You know what I'm saying? Just, y'all just spent your whole day over there. Eating ramen noodles and shit. We could, you know what I'm saying? Hey. I'm just being honest. So anyway, I don't even know how I got on that. The offer. So with the Malcolm X piece, what we try to do as far as the fundraiser is, as Gye-Nyame, I don't, let me put it this way. The fam, we don't believe in just you giving. So we gonna give you stuff back. So we got a lot of stuff that you will receive for your donations. So we starting at 20, and those that are able to give 20, you got $50 worth of stuff coming. I know y'all said, brother, I tell you it was 10 last week, but Navita vetoed that, and that's, that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? She does stuff like this. So she like, brother, I tell you that's too low. You know what I'm saying? You talking about $50 worth of value at $20, you know what I'm saying? You done put all that work into some of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you just gonna give it away. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure that people, when they do get something, when they do give to the Malcolm X Festival, they get something. Then also for those that might not be able to make the $20 point, we will make it possible for you to hit us up in other ways so that we could go and make sure, like I said, build up that war chest. Because I'm I ain't got nothing against the Asian Fest, but ain't no way. There's no way that should have more black votes than Malcolm X. None. Y'all call it whatever you want. I'm spiteful. Yes, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That shit will never happen again. All right? So let's do this. So once again, lines are open, 614-556-4535. Now, so the other day, they finally, a lot of us that's been involved in this for a while. If you go to the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline, of course you're gonna see a lot of, because we post up every day, far as the toast and stuff. So, but every now and then you get a news piece, and they're showing through Visual Capitalist the true size of Africa. Right? So I wanted to make sure I put this out there for all of us that still talk about Africa as if it's a country. What? All right? Family, Africa is not a country. Africa is a, say it again, Gina. It's a continent with 51 different countries. Listen, I just want y'all to take some time and go to this map. And I know some of y'all know this, but we got to talk to those that really don't know, that really don't understand, right? So, according to this map, you could fit China Part 2, Japan, India, the other part of India. Even though Brother Hatim don't believe in Europe, you could put Eastern Europe, which I challenge anybody to show me where there is a Europe. Because every time I look at the map, I see West Asia. I see Asia, and I see West Asia, right? Because it's just Asia, right? And I understand that the Hellespont, is supposed to separate, but it's a goddamn river. It's a river. River separates states. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm going to count that as a continent divider. I'm just saying. So somebody out there that know more than me, that know better than me, please prove Brother Hatim wrong. Please. Because, I like being proved wrong because I get to learn something. So all at the same time. Let me start over. Because I want y'all to understand when y'all talk about, I'm from Africa. I'm African. Please understand what the fuck you saying. All right? Africa is big enough to put China. And if you cut China into a piece, you can fit that other piece into Africa with Japan, plus all of India, plus what they call Eastern Europe or West Asia, the eastern part of West Asia, Italy. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Switzerland, the whole United States, Germany, France, the Netherlands, Belgium, Spain, and Portugal. You can put all of them in Africa at one time. Every last one of them. And if we throw in the island of Zanzibar, I think it's called Zanzibar, you can fit UK and Ireland in that. So, you know, when you're talking to people, like, I'm African. All right, cool. Where? Pan-African. Well, I mean, that's, you know what I'm saying? We talking about a big landmass and a bunch of different, you know what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, I just want the people to have an actual visualization of what they're saying and get a better understanding of what they're saying. Okay? So, that's there for you. You gonna look at it. They got the article. They also got the square miles on here. So if you take all of the places, the map, the true size of Africa, take a look at any map, and it's clear that African continent is a big place. However, despite the common perception that Africa is a large landmass, it's still one that is vastly underestimated by most casual map viewers. The reason for that is the familiar Mercator map projection tends to distort our geographical view of the world in a crucial way, one that often leads to misconceptions about the relative size of both countries and continents. So you're going to read it for yourself, you know, go and do your own research, you know. And I know a lot of y'all know it, but I want you to lay your eyes on it. So when you're talking to people, you know, like, hey man, I understand you from Africa. I'm like, I understand you proud. Where? What are you talking about? What part? You know what I'm saying? You know you can fit America into the entire continent of, you know what I'm saying, of America. You in the United States, you can take the entire United States, let's say that. The whole United States, the continent that we are on, and that part of you, and put it in Africa, and go on a safari to try to find it. I want y'all to think about that. You could drop Africa, you could drop the whole continent of America. You could the country of America, you could drop it in Africa and still will have to go in there and do a search and might not find it. Come on now. Y'all playing. I mean, okay, we got to stop letting people play with us. All right, lawmakers target slavery clause in Minnesota Constitution. And now, I'm going to say this to you. Well, let's read this article. This is from local10.com. I'm imagining it's in Minnesota, but this is something that I think we need to kind of start thinking about a little bit too. You know, since on top of reparations. Because part of reparations, because a lot of people get caught up on this whole money thing. Please understand, reparations is a lot bigger than money. Go to ADOS101.com. You can check that out. From I shared with y'all the other day, we know Sandy Darity is coming out with a book probably this summer where, you know, he's going to detail ideas of how the United States can go about doing this. And like I said, we're not talking about a one-time lump sum thing. We're talking about, you know, it took generations in order for us to get to where we are. It's going to take generations in order for us to get out of where we at. All right. And it's going to take a radical transformation of this entire system. Radical. You know what I'm saying? Radical. Lawmakers target slavery clause in Minnesota Constitution. Now I want y'all to listen to this real quick. St. Paul, Minneapolis. Spurred. There's someone, what? Somebody waiting on Uber conference. So my Uber conference has dropped. I am sorry. Hold on. Be patient. My damn computer dropped my Uber conference. And you didn't have permission. Alright, we got I think that's Sister Kim. Oh, she hung up when I got back on. Now I never dropped, my computer dropped me. So feel free to call back in, Sister Kim. Feel free to call back in. All this time I thought I was on. Call-in lines are open, 614-556-4535. Once again, 614-556-4535. Now, let's get back into it. What? Baby, you got to be a little bit more specific. We go to places every day.
It's egg something?
Oh, etc. All right, no. Go and wipe up your stuff. Y'all need to find socks. Cause we're gonna go somewhere else.
Auntie Gina's?
Sasha. All right, somebody back on the line. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Who this? Who this be? Is this Sister Kim?
It's Kim. How you guys? What's up?
We doing good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good today.
Okay. How's the signal out there?
Today seemed to be pretty.
Uh-oh. It broke up. I shouldn't ask.
Oh, it broke up?
Yeah. Yep, right on that last part.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. You're right. It seemed pretty today.
So, we are on lawmakers in Minnesota, a lawmaker in Minnesota, target slavery clause in Minnesota Constitution. And I want to just bring out a quick point real quick. Spurred by a police chief, Minnesota lawmakers launched a drive Thursday to remove from the state constitution a clause allowing slavery and involuntary servitude as punishment for crimes. St. Paul Police Chief Todd Axtell, who had been bothered by the language for some time, made it his New Year's resolution to get it deleted. He found a sympathetic ear in St. Paul's Democratic Rep. John Leach, who will get a hearing Tuesday on his proposal asking voters in November to remove the offending language from the Constitution. Now, they're going to move the offending language from the Constitution, but are they going to remove the offending behavior? Do we just have people playing with language here? Then also, on the wider scale, because on my post I put, but slavery is still mentioned in the federal Constitution. Why have we not started demanding a new Constitution for this country as well? When we talk about reparations and radical change, one of the major pieces that we're going to have to really look at is the Constitution of the United States. And I know for some people, for majority of people, that's a sacred cow. But once again, I'm leaning on the power of the stubborn minority. Because why is America stuck on stupid? We're stuck on because it's old, it's right. You know what I'm saying? We know there are problems with the Constitution. We know that the Constitution can be offensive for certain individuals that read it, that are part of this country, and in some form of fashion, the Constitution has to be rewritten, right? I'm just saying. I mean, because we're trying to build a country and build a new foundation on something that is old and rotted and dusty and is doomed to collapse. How can you have a document that is offensive to a large majority of the population and it does not contain a majority of the population or soon to be majority of the population and still call yourself a republic or democracy or whatever the hell we call ourselves right now? But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. I think that the Constitution will definitely change, or things in the future. I don't know how far in the future, but the way that the world is going with resources and everything, I think that yes, things will change in terms of drastically in terms of the Constitution in the United States. I see that in the future, like being citizenship, birthright citizenship. People have already started to question it, and so birthright citizenship is they're going to change that also in the future. I know maybe even in our lifetime, but I definitely believe in our kids' lifetime that will change.
Birthright citizen, where if you're born on the soil, simply by being born on the soil, you are an American citizen. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, let's change that.
Yeah,
yes, that's what birthright citizenship is.
Yeah,
Most countries don't have it.
Oh hell no!
They really don't.
It don't make sense. I mean,
and so say that again.
It don't make. I mean, it really don't make sense. Just because you just happen
At this point,
go ahead.
That makes sense. At this point in time, it does not make sense. When they did it, it did, and they didn't really have the thinking to see what could happen to it. They didn't put a time limitation on it or anything like that. But at this point in time, it does not make any sense, and that will also they'll change that.
So I just wanted to, and that and a whole bunch of other stuff in the Constitution is going to have to be rediscussed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it would be healthy. I think it's healthy for a democracy, if we are a democracy, if we are a republic, I think a discussion about where we are and what we need to do, a new constitutional discussion, I think it would be healthy for the country. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's already, people don't realize it's already happening. Like you have Bernie's campaign talking about a federal work guarantees, talking about canceling student loan debt. He's talking about doing a lot of things that are already being done in quite a few European countries. So, and they changed their constitutions a long time ago. So really, that's kind of what he's talking about without saying it.
Oh, but hold on. Now
he's talking about the same thing that's doing. And you can't do those things and keep this Constitution the way it is. Then you would have kept.
Go ahead.
No, that's just what I was saying. I believe that it's already kind of being whispered about without saying it. It's almost like the elephant in the room, in my opinion.
Okay. So let's now. So for those that are in Columbus, Gye-Nyame will be, in a sense, participating in the class, helping with a class, helping build some understanding about us as a group, as a people, as a tribe. We'll be doing it every third Thursday at the Central Community House. That's 1150 East Main Street from 6 to 8. We already did the February 20th, and this is going to be one of the videos that I'm going to cut up this weekend and try to get it out to you. We're calling it Monopoly, American Style. The next one will be March 19th. The following one after that will be April 16th. And then I'm going to put it out as far as May 21st. So if you look on our site, you will see for Central Community House. And then every third Kuumba we'll be meeting. And I will give y'all those dates as well soon too. Just expect them. We building here, Gye-Nyame. So this week that just passed, Miss Tracy was there, Miss Nabita was there, Brother Devin was there, and then I had a young man pop up that I haven't seen in years. Just pop. You know what I'm saying? I go in and Mr. Dante is like, you got a mentor, a mentee, you know, that a mentee named Devin said you used to work with him. I said, Devin? You know, I'm 51 now, so I'm like, that could be any. This dude could be waiting up here to murder me. I don't know. But anyway, I go upstairs boldly. I keep my kids down here. Let me go up there, and I march upstairs. I walk in the door, and I'm like, God damn, I ain't seen you since she was 20 years old. I mean, actually, I didn't see this dude since he was 18. Now, this one, if I got any complaints to God, I got to have this complaint. God, how is it that we could start off so dark and start lightening up as we get older? I don't know what's going on, because he was black like me when he was young. He's lighter and I'm lighter, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't like it. I want my darkness back, so I'm gonna be working out this summer trying to get my darkness back, because I don't know what's going on. Well, anyway, we had a real good discussion during this, and we talked about, we broke out the Monopoly board. I don't want to ruin it because I got the video. We broke out the Monopoly board, and we played Monopoly the way Monopoly is being played with your life. And I want you to see it. It's funny, sad, and true. Let me see. Hold on. So we got something else. Let me see what's going on. All right. So we had. Somebody posted a long one on. So let's read a little bit of this. Somebody posted a comment on Gye-Nyame Journey. So family, let me say this: when you post on Gye-Nyame Journey and you are on the Gye-Nyame Journey team, please put your name. Unless you don't want nobody to know your name, I can dig that, right? But if you post some good shit, please let people know that it's coming from you, because what we want to start doing is getting people to start not only following you on Gye-Nyame Journey, but following you other places. We have to start learning. We have to start using this social media thing to start building each other up. That's what Ujanomics is all about. That's what Gye-Nyame is all about, because one, it does no good for us to have one spokesperson. Because that means one thing happened. I go to a restaurant. I'm already scared of fish. I say, all right, my wife challenged me because she from Ghana and she eat the whole damn fish. And I start trying to compete with her because I'm not going to let her challenge my manhood. And I try to prove myself, and I grab a fish bone and I choke and die. And all of a sudden, everything stops. The goal is to build up other spokespeople and other people that's writing, whether it's through the newsletter or whether it's through the market day or whether it's through doing different shows or whether it's through the ebooks or whether it's through the e-courses. We're trying to build up a social system that once people plug into it, they have other people and other voices that they are able to plug into that might resonate with them in a better way than my voice or Brother Devin's voice or Miss Navita's voice or anybody else's out there. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get people to match. So somebody wrote a nice long piece 2 days ago, and I don't think it was me. See, I could take credit. I ain't gonna do that though. Let's see who this is. Maybe they got it at the bottom. So you mean to tell me that someone down your ancestry line survived being chained to other human bodies for several months in the bottom of a disease-infested ship during the Middle Passage, lost their language, customs, and traditions, picked up the English language as the best they could while working free of charge from sun up to sundown as they watched babies sold from out of their arms and women raped by ruthless slave owners. And I want to add men raped as well, too. Don't forget that shit. Took names with no last names, no birth certificates, no heritage of any kind, braved the Underground Railroad, survived the Civil War, to enter into sharecropping, learned to read and write, out of sheer will and determination, faced the burning crosses of the KKK, averted their eyes at the black bodies swinging from ropes hung on trees, fought in world wars as soldiers only to return to America as boys, marched in Birmingham, hosed in Selma, jailed in Wilmington, assassinated in Memphis, segregated in the South, ghettoed in the North, ignored in history books, stereotyped in Hollywood, and in spite of it all, someone in your family line endured every era to make sure you would get here. But you received one rejection, face one obstacle, lose one friend, get overlooked, and you want to quit. How dare you entertain the very thought of quitting people? You will never know survive what you will never know survive from generation to generation. You'll never know how people survive from generation to generation so you could succeed. Don't you dare let them down. It's not in your DNA to quit. I share posts, not my original words, but words I live by. What the hell just happened? All right, boom. All right, let's go down. I want to see. A share post. It says read more. I'm trying to click it. I guess I can't. All right, so somebody took something. That was pretty good. Any comments on that?
Oh, I think it was great. It's amazing. I love it. I think some people who are like-minded kind of have those reflections quite often. I know I do. And it inspires me to stay strong and to be proud, to have pride in myself. Hi, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's something really irking me, though, about that, even though I love it.
Go ahead.
There's something irking me about that because I'm trying to be tactful when I say this. I've noticed a pattern with us, ADOS. A lot of us, I'm going to even say the majority. As soon as we leave the shores of America, we want to no longer be Black. So all that he read, all that history, we want to whitewash it. We want to get rid of it and just be people.
I just want to be people. Sister Kim.
They just want to be people.
What's wrong with me wanting to just be people? What's wrong with that? I want to just be people.
It's a lot wrong with
me. I don't.
Because
I'm a human being, Sister Kim. What do you want? I'm a human being. I have feelings. What the hell do you want from me? What's wrong with that, Sister Kim?
You just read what you came. You just read what you came from.
But
so
everybody goes through something, Sister Kim. All people struggled.
Okay.
All people struggle.
Yeah, all people have had a struggle, but they use that struggle to propel them.
The Irish side of my family went through slavery, Sister Kim. What do you say to that?
Now I'm speechless.
Oh, you don't got nothing to say about the suffering of the Irish side of my family? Come on now, we gotta be ready to deal with all of it because this is how they coming at you. Come on now. I got Native Americans, Sister Kim.
I know.
They suffer.
That's what they do.
My Native American side.
I've been. They do. I've been in instances outside America, and they'll tell people that, and I'm standing there like, what did they just say?
We're all just humans.
What did this person just?
Yeah, I mean, but that's part of the brainwashing because one of the key pieces that we talked about possibly on the other earlier shows, those are like I said, I don't know how old you are. I'm 51. Part of the mystique part of the mindset that was put on me was an idea of escaping. And I didn't realize what I was programmed to escape. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about escaping? But it takes you a while and take you some research to really find out that what you're trying to escape is not poverty. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have it too bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, according to how I grew up, how I felt, and everybody else I was looking around, my family did all right. I wasn't trying to escape poverty, and so was I trying to escape violence? There wasn't a lot of violence around me. All me and the majority of my friends graduated, and I don't know of any young people in my age group dying. The closest that somebody came to it was that they walked out on the ice in the middle of a lake and fell in and almost died, and you know what I'm saying? And then, just a couple of people doing extremely, extremely dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, there wasn't no violence, so it took me a long time to really understand what I was trying to escape. And of course, Sister Kim, you know what I was programmed to try to escape. What was it, Sister Kim? Somebody out there that's listening. What was it that what is it that we was programmed to escape? Anyway,
your essence of who you are.
Blackness. That's right. I can't escape this. Right? But the whole time I've been trying. So now when I get to go overseas and get to flex the whole American identity, I can hide the fact that I'm black. Or at least I think I can. A little bit better than I can over here. You know what I'm saying? So those are and
the thing is, they look like you running around. They're running around doing that, but they looking like fools.
To who?
To me,
okay.
They look, I've talked to even people who aren't black, and they look like fools to them.
But to the black people, they don't, because they have it.
You mean to themselves they don't look like fools? They look like fools to everybody who sees them.
Well, I mean, now what I'm saying is to the black people that are sitting there being entertained by their conversation, they're not, because they didn't escape. They didn't escape the curse, or at least they could fake like they escaped. But to other people who, you know what I'm saying, like to white folks, nah, you ain't escaped. Or to black folks that are in the know, or like yourself, no, you ain't. You need to sit up here talking. What did you just say? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's like we got these illusions that have been erected, and some of these illusions have turned into full-blown religions for many of us. I have, you know what I'm saying, full-blown religions. You know what I'm saying? I've escaped. I made it out. As a matter of fact, I have left America, and I have come over here to enlighten the rest of you Negroes in Africa, because you don't know that you can achieve and escape like I did. You know, come on now.
Yep.
You know. So, but that's where we are. That's where we are. So I just wanted to point that out, because like part of the issue for us is, one, we're going to have to go and eventually get into the conversation about rewriting this Constitution. Two, wanted y'all to know about workshop we did, and I will be posting that stuff up. Also, I wanted to make sure that some of y'all saw that on the timeline earlier this week, for those of y'all that like feeding your children real well before you send them off to school, we already had a discussion about the dangers of the Western diet. But now, not only can it kill you, but before it kill you, it makes you dumber. Studies suggest. All right, here we go. Hold on. Researchers find a Western-style diet can impair brain functions. This is from The Guardian. You can go and check it out yourself. It's on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. After a week on a high-fat, high-added sugar diet, volunteers scored worst on memory tests. Consuming a Western diet for little as 1 week can subtly impair brain function and encourage slim and otherwise healthy young people to overeat, scientists claim. Damn. Researchers found that after 7 days on a high-fat, high-added sugar diet, volunteers in their 20s scored worse on memory tests and found junk food more desirable immediately after they had finished the meal. The finding suggests that a Western diet makes it harder for people to regulate their appetite and points to the disruption in a brain region called the hippocampus as a possible cause. After a week on a Western-style diet, palatable foods such as snacks and chocolate become more desirable when you are full, said Richard Stevenson, a professor of psychology at Macquarie University in Sydney. This will make it harder to resist, leading you to eat more, which in turn generate more damage to the hippocampus and a vicious cycle of overeating. God. All right, family. It's there for yourself. You go and look it up. Prove it wrong as you want. If you want to. If you're going to take time, go and find a way to prove it wrong. But we've been eating wrong. And, like I said, with all this sugar and shit, it's basically what they're saying is we eating crack. Let's just cut to the chase. We eating crack that causes a severe, a severe addiction to more Western food. When you start, they say after a week. Think about that shit. Ain't that kind of what they say? It's almost like you eat a Western diet and automatically you're hooked on Western style confections. Isn't that how crack work? You do it one time, and after that, you seeking the same high over and over again. Come on now. It's some things we got to change, and eating definitely is one of them. Now, I'm not one of those that sit up there and be like, this is what you need to eat. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop eating meat. I'm not on that. But family, we need to pay a little bit more attention to what we're adding to our bodies so that we can, so we can have a little bit more control over ourselves, because many of the decisions that we are making are not driven by what we think are our thoughts, but they're being driven by thoughts that have been generated by cravings that have been created by microorganisms that want some sugar, want chocolate. Now, we done had talks about this. This whole microbiome shit, this is real, right? They done found parts of your mental system, and I'm gonna have to find it for you. But parts of the stuff that causes some of the thoughts that you have in your digestive tract, in your microbiome, and it influences how you think. So now, if I'm giving you a food that is driving you to constantly seek this food, now let me ask you a question. How do you know that what you're seeking is truly what you really are supposed to be seeking, or what you truly desire? How do you know that you are not being moved through your life by microorganisms that are striving to get something that's not really good for you? I'm just saying. I want y'all to think about that. All right, let's move on. Y'all go back, read the article yourself. I'm going to pull some more up on the microbiome and about the stuff that's in the digestive tract, so I can talk to y'all about that a little bit more. We need to go on back over that, All right. Sasha Marsh, Gina G. Y'all need to be getting prepared to get up out of here. Where are we at? All right, they pulled us all the way back up. Remember, we got the Malcolm X Festival coming on. I will be sending out some information to all the fam on tomorrow. On Imani, I'm going to try to get a lot of that stuff done today and tonight. Oh, here we go. Top military leaders of 42 African countries meet with the U.S. and Ethiopia. All right, now, this is what I wanted to make sure y'all got. If you go down on the timeline, maybe I need to reshare this. They have an excellent discussion about reparations with Dr. Jeffries and Sandy Darity on a WOSU site. It's a discussion. Get your mind moving, because like I said, in this space, family, it's important that we keep our mind muscle moving. All right? So that you can start listening to some of the different reactions to some of the questions that people may have, so that when you run into the individuals like Sister Kim described that feel that they have escaped, how do you address that? If you even do, should you even address it? You know what I'm saying? What are some of the talking points when we're talking about reparations? What does a black agenda look like? What are some of the things that's on the black agenda? What are some of the things that are closest to some of your family members that your family needs, that should be in operation but are not in operation, so that you could bring it up? Or those things that your neighbors need. We all don't need to be experts, but we all need to be able to grab a couple of talking points so that we can throw them on, and then get people to the places where the experts are. That's our role. You know what I'm saying? That's the role, right? Because one of the issues that I had with like when I was younger and I was coming up through the conscious community, everybody was supposed to be an expert. Everybody was supposed to be a scholar and study. This is the circle I came out of. I'm like, that's foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be scholars. You can't have a successful movement if everybody is doing the exact same thing. You can't. And if everybody's studying, how you get any work done? How you raise any money? Everybody can't do the same thing. Nigga, we need plumbers. I used to get actual arguments about this type of stuff where I had to go I can't deal with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got to read. If you want to be a student of mine, you got to read 2-3 books a week. Nigga, I ain't got time to read 3 books a week. I got rent. You know what I'm saying? I don't have one of those type of scholarships where I get a little bit of money, but I ain't got that type of money where I can sit around and then I don't even think I would want to do that shit. This is real shit happening out here. I got real people whose lives are on the line. So I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to do and find different pieces of this puzzle. Because when you look at the military, everybody's not a fighting man. What do you mean, Brother Hatem? When you look at the military, you got the Marines, you got the Army, you got sailors, you got airmen. And then backing those ones that are up on the front lines, you have people that make sure they got supplies. You got people that make sure they got the paperwork so that they can get the supplies. You got the people that specialize in being able to create the food. You got all these support mechanisms behind it. So when you look at the military, when you think about going to like when I was young, when I was 16, going on 17, I was able to go to the Army, go like on, they called it a split something. It was, I was split my summers, my junior and senior year summers. I would look through a book that would be about this thick for what they call MOSs at that time for the military, for the Army. The Army. I want you to understand that. Now, my whole life, I'm thinking the Army is just about fighting. I'm going through here. The Army needed their own police. The Army needed their own farmers. The Army needed their own intelligence gathering community. The Army needed their own telecommunications people. The Army needed their own plumbers. The Army needed their own fire department. And I'm sitting around with geniuses. These motherfuckers are brilliant, saying we all got to be scholars and we all need to learn all this. No, we don't. I need you to be good at what you are. I need you to be good at what you're good at. And I need you to encourage other people to find what their gifts are in and push them in those fields so that they could do it. And then those that don't are kind of confused, we put them as a group where we need them. Those individuals are like, look, I haven't fallen in love yet, but I really love what y'all doing. We're cool. We need somebody that could do this. And until we're able to find where you are able to become a master, we'll start putting you in and fitting you in. We'll help you find it. But we can't have everybody doing the same thing. Utter fuckery. So family, we have to be able to at least have some basic information so that we could talk and then move people maybe into your expertise. The thing that you like the most. But in your conversation, in some form or fashion, you have to strive to enlighten some people, not proselytize. Some of y'all be proselytizing. You know what I'm saying? You know, you shut down the whole situation and you basically make everybody like yourself look bad because you shut down the whole piece. You wanna fight with a motherfucker because he don't think that we deserve reparations. You want to fight with a motherfucker because he honestly think that we was enslaved. Because, and let me tell you about a conversation I had, and I'm done. I'm sorry, Sister Kim, you got something you want to say? Anybody else want to call in? 614-556-4535. So I'm going through, it's African History Month. I'm having discussions about African history. Oh, man. I don't know what's going on, but my call just dropped. I ain't gonna say just. My call keep dropping, so I apologize.
You are the first participant on this Uber conference. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
So I'm having a conversation. I won't say with who. And so I say, well, it's Black History Month. We ain't going to do what we usually do. Let me ask you a question. How did black folks end up in slavery? And somebody finally, after years and years of me asking, said, because we were stupid. I said, what you mean? We just, didn't have nothing, wasting time. They called us. And I had to look, and I had to actually thank this person. And I know a lot of y'all out there getting mad, right? I don't give a shit. Because deep down inside, many of you believe what this young person has said to me. So I go somewhere else and I ask the same question. And finally, after years and years of just motherfuckers just lying, somebody say the same thing. We were mentally slower. And this gave me the freedom to actually get out and really talk about what was going on during this time. To have a real conversation with some young people so that I could kind of smash some of that. But you can't smash it in most cases because people automatically lying about it. You know what I'm saying? Their self-esteem is tied into slavery, so they won't even be honest with you or even want to talk about it because they're ashamed. But our kids, in many ways, have moved past the shame and have started getting honest enough in conversations so that we can have a place to move the conversation. Rather than moving on the fact that we all agree that we built pyramids, many of us don't even believe we did that shit. Or even know, or even care. How do you move? How do you move a people? How do you move a people when it's hard to have the honest conversations about who we really are? Right? And how we ended up over here and why we ended up over here and what we did when we was being over here and what we became by being over here. But we always have to assume that everybody know that. We have to assume that everybody already know all this other stuff. Those of us that have these conversations, because people won't make comments and people won't ask the questions. So when somebody actually said that to me, I said, the veil is lifting up. Finally, somebody's speaking what's in their heart. Somebody's speaking what they're getting at home. Somebody is speaking what is coming across the airwaves. Somebody is speaking because there's no way, family, because I have come to this conclusion. There is no way that we as a people could be where we are right now unless everything that we have been told about ourselves, as far as the laziness, as far as the being slower and not being as quick, just being physical beings and not being able to come up with innovation and just basically being stupid. Either that shit has to be true, or there had to be some type of systematic process that kept us where we are. And what I tell people, and like I'm telling you right now, at this point in time in the game, you got to make the choice. And those of you that make the choice to understand that there was a systematic process to keep you from being able to compete, and to keep your family from being able to compete, and being able to keep from passing wealth and stature down to you, and realizing that every generation you have to start over. If you in that team, that there's a systematic process to keep you down, then when you run into those individuals who are dead set on being stuck in, we just stupid, you need to move away from them as fast as you fucking can. Like they got a virus. Don't stop the party. Move to the other side of the room and talk to somebody else. And if that whole party is full of that, you need to get up and you need to move out. You know why? Because the pockets of us that understand what's going on with us are growing. They have been growing for a very long time. It just took a long time because now we are getting to a point where some of our people are really ready to have the conversations, because for a long time I couldn't understand why black people why did God allow this to see. I want y'all to think about some of the torment that is going on. Why would God pick us for this? But you ain't allowed to question God. You ain't allowed to ask the question. That's torment. You know what I'm saying? For a long time I said, my grandma, I would have to go to church every Sunday, and there was certain things that I was not supposed to think, but I couldn't help but to think. It was certain questions I wasn't supposed to ask that I had to ask. A lot of people don't get that experience, family. And many of you are, in a sense, the answers to some people's prayers, because if they are honest with you, you're going to be able to give them the answer. But they have to break through the veil of illusion that has been placed over them. And if they're not willing to do that, they will pull you down and try to destroy you. Because that's the nature of that illusion, that stupidness, they will hold you down and try to destroy you. So when you see yourself in a hive of individuals that's stuck on stupid, right? SOS, that's that crew, SOS crew, stuck on stupid crew. You need to get away from them as rapidly as you can. Why? Because they will strive to destroy you or put you in a situation where you will be destroyed yourself. Always understand that. Family, this is Brother Tim. I'm about to get up, get out. It's time for us to leave. I want to apologize to everybody that might have called in because I thought the lines was open. But obviously, Uber conference on some bull. You know, shouts out to all my Piscean brothers, right? Brother Matthias, I see you out there. I ain't gonna say it, but I am going to say the Gumbo Man. Y'all, those in Columbus, you know, because he's gonna be opening this truck probably in about late March, somewhere around there. Y'all know where the Gumbo dude be. Go on and support the brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I love to see my brother shine. Also, I think this weekend, Brother Storm is having something going down where he's teaching people about engineering and shit, family. But hey, this is Brother Hatim. I want to remind you that you always need to remember that you stand in the congregation of the mighty. You live in the home of the stubborn minority. And we exist in a place where your hustle builds muscle. It's not easy. Yeah, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simmer production. This has been the Toast&Talk Kuumba. Where we strive. Thank you. All right, family, we out. Gina, Sasha, on these socks, I told y'all that 10 minutes. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back on the tape and see when I said that. Because y'all be thinking somebody playing. Y'all be, I gotta use the bathroom bad. All right, family, I'm out.